Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers. Good morning. I just went to the shed and tried to pump up some of these tires and roll it to the front. Thankfully, 3 out of the 4 hold air just fine. It's been sitting in my garage for a couple of weeks. But the left front tire has a bad connection on its bead. The tire and the rim, there's something in between it that causes air to flow out of the tire. So it doesn't hold any air in the left front. And I don't have any more of these little weenie tires, you know what I mean? Anyway, as you guys may remember, you loyal subscribers that remember, that watch like every episode, I got this for free somewhere around here from a guy that I did business with once, or he came by to look at some stuff and he never bought anything, but he remembered my number. And I get a call from a guy that I apparently have dealt with in the past, probably a few years ago. I don't even really remember. I vaguely remember having something to do with him, but anyway, apparently he has a John Deere Rx75. I picked one up a long time ago when I first started doing videos, and I remember that I used the Kawasaki 9 horsepower engine in it for another tractor repower project that I eventually sold. Not for not that much money, but you know, either way, it was beneficial. So he has the same thing, an RX75. He mentioned in his voicemail that something was really rusted. So you saw from time lapse, I don't remember the guy at all, but it's all locked up. It rolled in perfectly, but it wouldn't roll out. I had it in gear. Let's hope this doesn't run over me. There we go. Nice little mower, like I said, RX75 John Deere, all rusted here, but it's not rot. The one I had before was rotted all the way through, which is why I chucked it and just kept the parts. But this one actually looks like it's okay. Like I could just fix the surface rust there and repaint it green. The deck is in good shape, he said. It has like its old motorcycle battery, you know. Needs some going over, of course. Muffler's good. Wheels all hold air. Like I said, it's a 9 horsepower balanced electric start, overhead valve, cast iron cylinder, Kawasaki engine. I've worked on this before. It's kind of a pain, and it's really tough to get the carburetor. Carburetor is like $150. They don't make copies for it. They may make something close to it, but not really. Here's the rear cowling, where the engine is completely exposed to the elements. Good design there, right? Not. So yeah, I'm just gonna store this until I get to it. But I'm not gonna work on it, obviously, today, because I've got snow blowers I gotta take care of. But that's 2 tractors in 2 days. This. And I kind of forgot what he said, why it didn't work or nothing, but I think he tried to get it started. It all of a sudden didn't work or something. He just took it all apart. And then he couldn't get it back together again, and he never did get it started again. But the engine was running, he was using it and all that stuff, but then it just stopped running. I think it has something to do with the safety switches. This thing has like 100 safety switches. If one lever is not perfectly there, if this isn't perfectly there, if you don't have this stepped on, if you're not sitting on this, a million things you gotta do to get this thing started. So I have a feeling that that's the problem, and I might have to bypass all the switches, which is pretty easy since I've done it so many times, you know. I considered throwing this away because it needs quite a bit of attention. As you guys know, this is a John Deere Rx75. One of my very first tractors that I started picking was one of these things. It was rusted in the same areas as here, you know, the top where the footwell is. But mine was rotted through. Like, half of this thing was gone. It was just like, you could see the ground. It was that bad. So I had to chuck it. I kept a lot of parts for it, and then I sold a lot of the parts on eBay. This engine cover, frame cover here, I had kept for like 3 years. I just recently threw it away because nobody wanted it. Nobody was interested in it. My friend Scott Keller, who used to watch me religiously, but I know he's a busy guy, he said the original one actually had a cover to cover up the engine. I've never seen one, but he swears that there's a cover that covers the engine. I always thought it was strange for them to make a lawn machine with the engine completely exposed to the elements. You know, you should have a cover on there. But either way, he said, anyway, like I said, he took everything apart, all right? And he gave me the box with all the crap in it. Some screws, nuts, bolts, and all that. So I hate when that happens. Ooh, it's Andy from Jericho. I wonder what he wants. What's up, bro? Say hello to Andy from Jericho.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
That's a hunk of junk.
So, of course, we bullshitted for 2 hours, and now it's getting kind of cold. So I moved my 616Z out of the way just to make room so I can put this in the garage. I won't be able to walk anymore, but got to store this somewhere. I think I'm just gonna try to figure out what's going on with this thing here. I might just brush it out a little bit and put some ATF in here, bang it with a sledgehammer a little bit, and see if it holds air or stops the leak, because I can actually hear the leak coming out. I hate working on stuff that another person's tried to fix. So everything's apart here. The cowling, the seat, 1,000 screws. I think he messed with the solenoid too. And the gas tank is removed. There's all kinds of stuff. And this model has 1,000 levers. Okay, let me show you what levers. And I don't even know what half the levers do. This here is probably the height adjustment up and down. It has 2 pedals, you know. I remember that at one point, if you want to stop this thing, you have to engage both pedals with both your feet to stop. I'm not really too sure about it. And of course, you got 2 levers over here too. One's the PTO and one, I couldn't tell you what it is. It's got to be the gear drive, you know. Seat looks okay. It's actually, the guy commented on how great the seat was. Look, the solenoid is loose down there. There's a seat pan, gas tank, and it has one of those motorcycle batteries in there. And the switch is down here. And he said the deck was in good shape, but honestly, I don't really think it looks that good. Anyway, let's get to work on this wheel, and then I'll continue with it another day. So as you saw from time lapse, I used some ATF. Well, first I pumped it up, and I used a sledgehammer and banged the sides. Sometimes you loosen up whatever debris is in between the tire and the rim, and it gets jarred loose or something like that, and it seals. Sometimes that works. So I tried that. It just leaked out fast, you know. Next thing I did was I took the valve out, put some ATF, automatic transmission fluid in it, rotated it a bit, because ATF fluid swells rubber. So if you have any small leaks, the rubber swells and seals the leak. It works pretty well. I mean, for slow leaks. But for leaks that you can hear a good amount of air coming out as you inflate it, it's probably not going to work due to the cracks. So then I tried some of this Lucas Oil tire inflator. I don't have to plug Lucas Oil anymore, but I have a lot of their products, you know. Anyway, I just blew that in here, rolled it around a little as you saw. I think it works. It's not coming out, you know. So I think that might have done it. That's a quick fix, you know. These things are designed to get you up and running again for a short period of time where you can get to a repair shop and fix your tire. But you know what? I mean, I don't hear anything. We'll wait and see tomorrow. While I slowly triage and troubleshoot exactly what's wrong with this thing. Not really looking forward to it because I have another Craftsman tractor in my shed that I was gonna start working on. That doesn't look like a tough fix, you know. This one was definitely the tougher one. I figure I'd just get it out of the way, you know. So I may end up doing multiple episodes on the Rx75. But anyway, so because this rot is not bad, it's actually not rot, it's just rusted and the paint's bad. So because it's not rotted, I'll try to get it going, you know. Before I was gonna just take the engine out and keep the parts and trash the rest of the tractor, but it doesn't look too bad. So if I can get this going, you know, get a few $100 for this, whatever. You know, a lot of people like the 30s, and I think it's a 30 width. You know, you can get through most gates and stuff here in Long Island. So people like this, and it looks kind of cool. I like it, and it's John Deere. And look, we just sort of fixed one tire here. But we'll try to see what the hell's wrong with this thing tomorrow.
Hey, I'm Andy from Jericho.
See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
That's right. Here at Mowers and Blowers, we push them into the garage and they come out driving.